Okay, that's fine. We'll just do you want me- Oh, you want to go for it? Okay. Welcome back, everyone, to episode 112 of the Popcorn Podcast. I'm Tommy Cresta, alongside me, Ryan Fran, and here today we are going to talk about episodes 5 and 6 of Ahsoka. And yeah, before we get into that, Ryan, how you been?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Good week.
All things considered, pretty good week.
What was
I
that?
actually read things. I read a book.
You read a
Dude, that's
you read 3
I
chapters.
read 3
of a
chapters
book.
of a book in one sitting. It's pretty impressive.
It's not reading a book.
I took a dinner break because I was like, whew, it's a lot of reading. Keep going.
Okay. Yes. So episode 5 and 6 of Ahsoka have come out, and both of them have come out to extreme critical and audience success, and people have been ecstatic about 5 and 6. Maybe more 5 than 6, but 6 was still a good episode. 5 is the best episode of a Star Wars show so far. In my opinion, I haven't watched anything of Andor except the first episode, so I can't fully say it's the best episode. Everything, just because I haven't seen it, but everything I've seen, Mando, Boba, all of that, Ahsoka, is the best episode of all of that so far.
Yeah, I don't think I can disagree with that. It was a very, very good episode. And yeah, I think maybe if you're going episode by episode, sure, you can say it's the best, but I still don't think Ahsoka as a whole is better than Andor or that first season of Mandalorian, in my opinion. But I love Mandalorian, and I just loved Andor, so I'm still going to wait till Ahsoka ends to officially say whether one is better than the other. But yeah, if you want to say single episode, it was fantastic. Yeah.
Dave Filoni, the man was cooking.
Yeah.
The man was cooking on episode 5.
It's hard to argue anything against that episode.
It really is.
It really is.
Well, I guess we'll do episode 5 first.
Yeah. Even if you're a guy like me, like I don't like the prequels. I was still like, man, this isn't, because it wasn't even prequels. It was Clone Wars, which is,
Prequels.
I mean, it was prequels, obviously, but I love the Clone Wars.
I know you do.
I can't, like, it's Filoni stuff, and I appreciate that he's stuck with his stuff instead of going more into, like, the prequels.
That well, he wouldn't go into the prequels because we don't see Ahsoka in the prequels. So
yeah, that's true.
It wouldn't fit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you tried to do something where, like, Ahsoka's seeing Anakin before he met Ahsoka, and she's like, oh, that's the motherfucker? Okay, whatever. Like, it would have been weird. So I'm glad he didn't go anywhere near that.
She just got his apprentice tail again.
Yeah. Could you imagine? She's like, God, you had to wear that shit?
He's like, yeah.
The hell?
He's like, now this is pod racing. Did you really say that, Anakin? God. Well,
why did you say, like, you mean I get to come with you on your starship? Why did you say it like that, weirdo?
Speak like a normal human being.
I want to see him talk to, like if they watched it together and they watched him fly and destroy the Trade Federation. She's like, how did you do that? He's like, I just guessed. I don't know. I was just pressing buttons, man.
It's the most skilled pilot the Jedi I've ever seen.
He is. But it's still funny that he was like 7 years old.
He's just a war criminal.
So good.
But as we all know, at the end of episode 4, Anakin is seen and gives a quick little conversation with Ahsoka, but then, of course, the episode ends. And then we go right into 5, and it doesn't start off showing... Does it start off with Ahsoka?
In 5?
Yeah. Oh, it does. Because it's...
Yeah, it opens right back with her talking to Anakin, right?
Oh, yeah, and she...
The hair.
Yeah, because then Anakin's... She's like, you look the same. And he's like, you got old.
Yeah.
And then I was like, damn, Anakin coming out being an asshole.
Yeah, that was a good line.
Minute of the movie episode. But man, I am out of it today. I don't even know where to start.
I think the energy's low as a whole today.
It's just as a lull of a day.
It's a nice. It's an overcast day. Today's a nice, like, chill day. Overcast. Chill out. Talk some Star Wars. Great.
But yeah, getting to see Hayden, of course. Everyone knows my opinion on Hayden Christensen. I love him as Anakin. I think Clone War, Attack of the Clones, the guy gets unfair, not as much anymore because people have come around to him. He was unfairly judged for really bad writing and having to try and make the best. Not saying that he's the best actor of all time.
Yeah.
But I think he is a good actor. He's gotten critical acclaim. This isn't his only projects he's ever done.
Yeah.
He has Golden Globes. He has Emmy nominations. Like, the guy has nominations for awards that he's earned. But I think the writing of Attack of the Clones really, if for a good actor like Hayden Christensen, bad writing will really bring down a performance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unlike Ewan McGregor, who's, I mean, probably the best actor that's done a Star Wars movie. And to me, I think, because even the bad lines still work for him.
Yeah.
Because I think it's Ewan's performance. But then I feel like in this, Hayden got to be the Anakin everyone kind of loves from Clone Wars, mixed with still he has that charisma and everything that he has in Revenge of the Sith, and you see that like darker tone. But then he still gets to be the fun, kind of snarky Anakin that we all love from Clone Wars. He is the best character in my opinion of Clone Wars, just because I adore Anakin. But it was fun to get to see him play the character the way we all wanted it to be played since the first movie, and it kind of was like a full circle moment for everything like that.
Yeah, I think going from the movies to TV show, Hayden Christensen has been much better, and we saw that immediately in Obi-Wan, where he wasn't playing Anakin that much, just the one flashback scene, but he was very, very good as Vader. Just a presence on screen. Like, he just, anytime you saw his face, or really just the one time you saw his face, it was very, very good.
It's a great scene.
It was a great scene. But I think what you were saying with, like, Attack of the Clones writing not being good, it's completely true. I think it really did hurt him. I still don't think he's a great actor.
Yeah, that's why I say he's not a great actor. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he can get the job done, absolutely. But yeah, writing absolutely has something to do with it. Directing, George Lucas is a notoriously not great director.
Nope.
And I think that you can see that with other people, like Natalie Portman. I think her as Padme. I like the character of Padme. Natalie Portman, it's one of her worst roles.
Yeah, and she's an Oscar-winning actress.
Yeah, she's trying her best. She's getting the emotion in. But if you watch her in a lot of scenes, she's kind of just standing there and crying. And it's like, tell her to do something. Like, that's the director role. Tell him to do something. But yeah, I think that can really hinder performance. And you're right. Like, Hayden Christensen was better in this than he was in any of the prequels, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I think I said to you when we first met, I was like, that's his best run as Anakin.
Yeah.
Is those scenes he gets to do again. And I love him in Revenge of the Sith because I think Revenge of the Sith is leaps and bounds better than Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Writing, CGI. Say your dad.
Yeah. He'll figure it out.
And yeah, so it was cool to get to see, of course, get to see him again. I might have had some tears well up in the eyes. But I love him. I have always loved him as Anakin since I was a little kid. It's always been my favorite actor that's come out of Star Wars. Out of the original, not the original. Oh my God, the prequels. He's my favorite character. And he's my favorite person in those movies. I love Hayden Christensen. I love a lot of the movies he did, and I just like him as Anakin. Anakin is the best Jedi to me. He's my favorite Jedi. So I'm a little biased. So getting to see him come back, be the Clone Wars version, get to see Nightfall Anakin. All of that kind of stuff was really cool for me. So I feel like I was a little 5-year-old kid again going to see Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
I was pretty excited.
Yeah, that's cool. It was really, really cool to see him. And I think, like you were saying, like, he felt more like Clone Wars Anakin. I forget the guy that, Matt
Yeah.
Lanter, maybe? That's something around it, I think.
You're close.
Yeah. He did a great job as Anakin in the Clone Wars, and I think he felt more like that Anakin in this, which is I like, because that Clone Wars is my introduction to Star Wars, pretty much. So, like, that's another reason I'm not a huge fan of the prequels, is because Clone Wars Anakin is my Anakin to me. So when I see Hayden Christensen acting differently, it just kind of throws me off a little bit. Same thing with, like, Ewan McGregor, I think to a much lesser extent. Clone Wars Obi-Wan was like, yeah, he would rush in sometimes, but he was the guy who, like, had a plan. Usually he would, like, sit down and have tea. You see in the Clone Wars movie, he would just have tea with the bad guys before attacking them. Whereas in the prequels, he's much more, he does do that. But then you see, like, the Grievous fight, he just jumps down. He's like, all right, let's go. Like,
come on,
he's much
that's
more gung-ho. Yeah,
scene.
no, I do like it, but
hello there.
Yeah. Yeah, Hayden Christensen, Anakin in this episode was just solid. Like, he was just really, really good. His relationship with Ahsoka felt like it was perfectly done, just from that one line of, you look older. Like, that one line, immediately you're like, okay, this is still the guy that knows her, that trained her, and he's able to make fun of her now.
Yeah.
Like, it just felt like they got right back into it. They had good chemistry. The girl who played younger Ahsoka was really good.
Yeah, because who else did she play?
She was young Gamora.
She was in Barbie.
Yeah,
and then she
Barbie.
Was, young
yeah,
Gamora.
She's really, really great.
She was great doing her stunts too.
Yeah,
when she's fighting in the Siege of Mandalore.
Yeah,
it's a great sequence.
I mean, there's not much to say. Like, it's just a really, really solid episode. I think when you first see them in like the Clone Wars fight and it's all like dusty and stuff, I was like, no way. And then you see
Yeah,
like
because me, you were like, no way.
you see like the four-legged, like I forget what they're called, but the walker
The
thing.
old AT-ATs.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I
oh
think they're
man.
called AT-AT. I call them AT-ATs.
Yeah.
Because I remember I think I might have said it to you while we were, I was like, is she wearing the skirt? Like, we're like trying to like notice if she was wearing the old outfit.
Uh-huh.
And then you hear him. He's like, come on. And we're like, yeah. Just waiting to see if he was in there. And his haircut looked great. Doing the in-between hair that he has.
Yeah.
And just that whole sequence, it was so great. Great to finally get something that it feels like we've been asking for as Star Wars fans since the Clone Wars first aired. Like, people are like, we want to see his live action. We want to know what happens.
Yeah. No, it felt really good to see that. And then they went to the Mandalore scene. I was like, as soon as I saw the Mandalorians with the Maul like head, oh my god, I got very excited.
And then we saw Rex.
Yeah.
But we saw him first in the Clone Wars scene. Just the Clone Wars. Like, whatever, their first battle together.
I think it was Ryloth. That's my guess. Because you saw the, I don't know, the tentacle head.
And they say, like, they kind of pretty much.
Yeah. And it seemed like early on.
Yeah.
I assume it's Ryloth. I could be completely wrong, but I don't know.
The rescue of Ryloth, whatever they call it. It's like an arc.
Yeah.
Like a 3-episode arc. So it was, and then you get to see her hold the hands of the clone, and that just shows how much more emotionally attached, I guess, Ahsoka is to all of them. Not that Anakin doesn't care about his clones or anything like that, but it's more he understands what's going to happen. Like, it's a war. He understands people have to die. But Ahsoka's more like, I don't want people to die under my mistakes.
Yeah.
But that's any war. If you're in leadership, you have to know what the effects are of what you do.
Yeah.
So that whole sequence, I like when he explains that to her. He's like, when I was being taught, he's like, I was a keeper of peace. He's like, you have to be a warrior. And that's cool because you get to see all the different, every Jedi and their apprentice has a different time, and they all have different like rules. Like, sometimes they're just meant to be keeping the peace. Sometimes you have to be a warrior. Sometimes you have to bring peace balance, I guess. It's like kind of what Obi-Wan and I almost said Mace Windu. Qui-Gon, what their job was to bring balance at that point because they had to get rid of Maul, but they're not really in like a full-blown war as they get to in the Clone Wars eventually.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I like getting to see the different eras. And he says you're part of the legacy, which to her is a negative thing, but to me it's a positive thing. Like, as we all know what happens to Anakin, which is not good.
Yeah.
But Obi-Wan's still a great Jedi. Qui-Gon's a great Jedi. Dooku's a great Jedi. Yoda's an amazing Jedi. And like, everyone's incredible down this line.
I mean, Dooku was there.
Even at the end, Dooku was just doing what he thought was right.
No, he was.
Dooku's not evil.
No, he wasn't evil, but he definitely wasn't. I mean, dude, you still haven't watched Tales of the Jedi, though.
Oh, does he get a little evil in
Dooku,
that?
I mean, he executes Yaddle.
Does he? I didn't know that's how Yaddle dies.
Oh, dude, I'll just spoil it for you.
No, I'm going to watch it.
Then you watch it. But
I know Ahsoka has an episode.
Yeah, Ahsoka's the first episode.
Or something.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. You like that one.
It was good. She just fights an Inquisitor. It's like,
really?
Cool. Yeah.
Like young Ahsoka or like older
Ahsoka? Like middle. I think it was like just before she went to Mandalore. So she's like grown up, but she's still not like Grey Jedi mode, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe right after Mandalore. I don't really remember. But it was a good episode.
Because you see her when she's really little, don't you?
Yeah, you see like baby Ahsoka. That's the first episode. And that episode, it's not bad, but
it's just showing you, telling you more backstory on Ahsoka.
Yeah.
But yeah, this episode did they like kept enough tension that you were kind of waiting for the other shoe to fall. That some Anakin was eventually not going to be nice.
Yeah, definitely.
You're like, there's.
Yeah, but I think that was on purpose because he does need to. He needs to show her like. I think he showed her the Clone Wars to say like, hey, you remember this? This is where you brought up. You can't forget that. But I'm going to turn into Darth Vader and show you that the world's still changing. You can't forget these things. But you need to move on and learn from new challenges and new enemies. So I think that's what he did by switching back and forth from. He didn't like, you see Darth Vader real fast, but then it's just kind of like Dark Anakin that she fights.
It's called Nightfall Anakin.
Whatever.
Like when he's walking up to the temple, that's called Nightfall Anakin.
Nightfall Anakin.
Yeah, or Nightfall Vader.
I've never heard that before,
Yeah,
but
that's like what's referred to as.
gotcha.
Like in the Revenge of the Sith video game you play as Nightfall Anakin, Nightfall Obi-Wan.
Really?
Yeah, it's like different versions.
I've just never heard that term before.
I think it came about. Could be wrong, Star Wars fans. Please don't yell at me. If I remember correctly, it came from the adaptation of the movie, the book adaptation of Revenge of the Sith.
Gotcha.
Is where they first mention it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's, and he's teaching her that, again, that there's a time for war, there's a time for all that, but then there's a time for peace.
Yeah.
And that's what he's teaching her at the very end of their fight. And she's like, I choose to live. That's what he wanted her to do. He didn't want her to kill him. He's like, that's why he says there's still hope for you. Like, you can, now you've completed your training, you can teach this to Sabine, which Sabine needs to understand.
Yeah.
No.
Or Ezra. Because I still don't think Sabine should be a Jedi. I mean,
no, I think so. What I think is gonna happen is Ahsoka's gonna train Sabine, Ezra's gonna train Jason.
Okay.
That's
I guess Ezra doesn't really need training anymore.
Yeah, he's a Jedi.
Yeah. I think we should say every episode we still haven't watched Rebels, so we're all like the Sabine and Ezra stuff. We're just talking completely out of our asses.
We're going on
guessing.
At least what we've known from Rebels.
Yeah,
and the few stuff we have seen.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah,
can we talk about the cinematography from this episode?
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
So, I don't want to. No, I can talk about it. They're friends of ours. So, I agree with a lot of the fans. It's been a key thing right now that people are calling the shot during the Clone Wars when he walks off to get into the next battle, and it flashes.
Yeah, it flashes.
People are considering that one of the best shots in Star Wars.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay. I was like, to me, it is one of the top shot. Like if I'm thinking like specific shots from a Star Wars episode, movie, anything. It's like that. It's the first time you see them flying in Revenge of the Sith with all the battle happening with Coruscant below them.
Yeah,
I love that shot. Of course, Luke and Vader and Empire.
Yeah, and Luke in front of the twin sons and
like all that. Like those are shots.
Yeah,
Raiders was like that shot's not even that good. Like that wouldn't even be in the top 100 shots. I think that shot looks great.
I thought it looked pretty cool, man.
Yeah, and it was
really
like such a cool transition and edit, like not edit, a great cut to do from him, and he's walking. It's like happy still.
Yeah,
and then it cuts. It does a little bit of the dual. It's like the dual face and Imperial March all of a sudden for a second, and then it cuts back. Like it's just a cool like transition to see him because we all know where he's gonna go.
Yeah,
and we all know what's gonna happen to him. But Ahsoka knows, and at that point, Anakin doesn't. What's gonna happen?
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I mean, just all that stuff is true, but like just on the surface level too, it was just a cool shot.
Oh, it is just a dope
like
shot.
Seeing Anakin walk through flashes of Darth Vader with the clones running past him. Like it was just
lightsaber out.
Yeah, just walking into the fog. It was just a dope shot. Yeah, and then
I think the shots were awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool looking,
and I like them doing it without having to show him in the Vader suit.
Yeah,
like he could do it just as Anakin. We didn't need to see Darth Vader. Like we see him in the shots, which is cool. But he didn't need to do like that final fight between them.
Yeah, no, it didn't
have to be Vader.
Yeah,
she's learning from her master. And that's the whole point.
And she's already fought Vader. She doesn't need to fight Vader again. Yeah, she needs to fight Anakin
because it's kind of like her getting rid of her guilt.
Yeah, it's her moving on.
Yeah, which I love. Now I will say, when he turns dark on Mandalore and he turns around with those yellow eyes, I was hype because he starts off her training. He's like you can either live or you see the blue lightsaber ignite. And he's like, or die. And she's like, I'm not gonna fight you. He's like, I've heard that before because we all know Luke says it to him.
Yeah,
very cool callback in Star Wars. And I was like, awesome. And then on Mandalore, she's like, you are powerful. You're more powerful and dangerous than anyone ever understood. And he's like, come on, is this what this is about? He's like, really? I wish he was. This is very picky, and I get like he was turning bad, so he wasn't good. It would have been so funny if he did like real like Clone Wars Anakin. Like, is that what we're really talking about now? He's like, I didn't do anything so, that bad, and we're like, the kids.
There's only a few kids, just a few kids.
A few. He went to every room.
Just a few kids per room.
But then as soon as he goes and he pulls out the lightsaber, he's like, you either live, and as soon as they ignited red, I was so excited. Because the original, for most, I don't know how many people know this, the original storyboard that they ever released of Revenge of the Sith was Anakin with a red lightsaber fighting Obi-Wan. And people always wanted to see like him with the red lightsaber still as Anakin.
Yeah.
Because that was always thought. Even though I like it more with the blue. Because I think blue against blue kind of looks cool. Just because it's like the little bit of them left.
Yeah, I agree.
I like the blue. But he kicks her into that. First off, he beats the piss out of Ahsoka in these fights.
Yeah.
Like you see her with the dual wield, and he just kind of like grabs her one hand, like jolts it down. It's like, oh, okay. And then he drop kicks her. And then that was another really cool shot. Him, and he does like the shoulder shrug, and then he says, "You lack conviction," but it's like he has the Vader. It's blended.
Yeah,
the Vader and Anakin voice, which is one of my favorite parts of the scene with Obi-Wan with him is hearing both of them talk.
Yeah.
So yeah. Everything with Anakin this episode and Ahsoka, I love their chemistry when it is happy between them, and I love the tension of that thought. Like, this isn't going to be happy. Like, they're going to have to bring up what happens.
Yeah.
So, I went on a little bit of a tangent there, but
it was a good one. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, no, I mean, there's just not much you can say about all the Anakin and Ahsoka stuff in the. I still don't remember the name, like the Beyond Realm, whatever. The World Between Worlds, right?
Yes,
is that what it's called?
go.
There it is. All that stuff was good. I mean, there's really not much to say. And then all the stuff with like Hera and what's the kid's name?
Jason.
Jason, yeah.
That stuff was fine. I
almost said Jackson. I don't know. I couldn't
That's
remember.
my dream name for my son.
Nice. Moving on. So, yeah, all that stuff was fine. I thought Jason.
Yeah.
Finding Ahsoka, it was kind of funny being like, "What do you mean? What?"
Like she thought her son was just nuts.
Yeah. And then the guy that keeps popping up, just the flying guy.
I don't care.
I don't mind him. I like the dude.
Why? Like,
why is he done?
Why does he show up in every project?
It's just fun. I don't know. He's just a nice little through character.
This dude just knows everyone, and he's just with all the main stories.
He's been around.
Yeah, but now he's been with Mando. Now he's been with Ahsoka. Now he's been with everyone. I don't get it. I don't know. It's nothing against the dude. He's good in the performance. It's nothing about him. It's the decision that this character keeps showing.
I think that's also a Filoni thing, because Filoni does oftentimes make a character, and that character just sticks around for like a bunch of random shit. And it's a character that it's not that important, so you can't be mad at him being there. But he's just always there. Like you're saying, like, yeah, he knows Mando and he knows Ahsoka, and so being like he knows all the heroes, and he's just this pilot. Like he's just a pilot.
Yeah, there's nothing cool about him.
I mean, I think he's like commander or something. Yeah. Like he's in charge. But yeah.
It was funny when he was trying to keep the rest of the ships from coming in.
Yeah, that was good.
He's like, you won't even believe me if I tell you.
He's like, yeah, all right, I'll tell you. You're not going to believe me.
Like, so, Ahsoka's going inside the giant space whale's mouth, and then they're going to go into hyperspace and go find them.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that guy, it makes sense he's with Hera, because she's the general. He's probably just answering to her. But then, yeah, him being with Mando and all them, that's just dumb luck. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's just Filoni being like, this is my friend. He's going to be a Star Wars character now. Got it? Cool. And he just stuck with it.
And everyone liked it.
Yeah.
This episode 5 was so good. I mean, I've watched it 4 or 5 times now.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It not the entire. I just watched the Anakin and Ahsoka stuff.
I think I've still just watched it the one time with you last week. It was good. It was very good.
The amount of videos that are on my TikTok and Instagram feed.
It's making me like it less because I can't stop seeing it.
So you keep seeing it too?
Yes.
Okay.
Everywhere. Cool. Yeah.
I've reposted like 20 of them.
Yeah, I know.
They're amazing. Because some of the edits are really cool.
Some of the edits are real cool.
I watched a 20-minute TikTok yesterday.
Oh God, I can't.
And it was they call it was the tragedy of Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Lily from
You mean I get to go with you on your starship?
Oh, Phantom Menace.
Attaboy.
It's from that laid through every iteration of Anakin done. Like there's at one point they mix in like hand drawings of stuff that happens.
Yeah.
And that shows him as Vader, it shows him at Padme's grave, like that. You know the animation someone made?
Yeah.
It's in like the old Knights of the Republic kind of style.
Mm-hmm.
They showed that.
Yeah.
I was sitting there and it was like, you know, at Duel of the Fates, I sang you the epic version.
Mm-hmm.
Samuel Kim. Good job. It got to the point where it was that, and it was the fight between him and Kenobi, and like it was a really cool video.
Gotcha. Cool.
It was awesome. I was just sitting in my basement like 10 a.m.
That sounds nice.
Getting ready to go to the gym. And
See, I keep seeing them, and I'm just like, can we find something else to be proud? Like, Is there anything? I mean, it was great, but
You know it's gonna stick around.
oh, it is. But still, seeing 100 videos of the same thing a day, I'm like, God damn.
What like other stuff? I don't know.
Yeah. I also say that as I'm watching the same like Phillies clips every day. I'm
Yeah,
like,
how many times have you watched the Nick Castellanos home run?
oh, 20 times.
How many times have you watched Kyle Schwarber's home run the other day?
I think I'm just slowly hating Star Wars over time.
That's so funny because I texted you the other day.
Yeah.
Saying everyone knows my opinion on Star Wars. I defend Harry Potter, but I've come to a conclusion.
Yeah.
Star Wars is probably my first like love, and Star Wars probably will always have that place to me.
Right.
That like I grew up on Star Wars. I grew up on Harry Potter too. That's why I had to both of them.
Sure.
Harry Potter is a better franchise. It is a better made movie franchise. The movies are just better. However, Star Wars is probably I like more. Because I don't know many cheer moments I've had in Harry Potter.
Uh-huh.
I almost cried watching episode 5 of Ahsoka. I know every word to Revenge of the Sith.
Uh-huh.
I just think it just has that like pull over me.
Yeah.
So I apologize to all the people I've been mean to about Star Wars.
Yeah.
And Ryan was right. I probably do like Star Wars.
Sorry, say it louder. I don't think you said it loud enough.
Ryan was right. I like Star Wars more than Harry Potter.
That first part one more time.
Ryan was right.
God damn it.
It feels
good to be right.
Well, is there anything else you want to add about episode 5?
I'm trying to think what else happens besides this stuff. I like when they're going up and Ahsoka gets out of the ship, talk to the space whale, and they're all still like, Are we doing this shit? Like, this is real? It's so funny.
Even Jason's like, is she talking to the whale mom?
Yeah. And she's like, all right, fly into the mouth. She's like, what?
He's like, are you sure about
Yang's like, excuse me?
Yeah, and then he's
what
like,
am I doing?
Are we sure this is bringing us to Ezra?
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know.
I hope, you know?
Yeah, it's really just a leap of faith.
Yeah. No, it was a very good episode. It was very, very good. A lot of emotional weight to it. It was one of those episodes where not much happens story-wise, but it's more of a character, especially for Ahsoka, more of a character episode where she's grown past this part, and now she's got a new understanding on what she needs to do in this mission to go save Sabine and take down Thrawn and maybe save Ezra.
Ezra's gonna be fine. They're not getting rid of Ezra.
No, I don't think Ezra's gonna die.
Ezra will be around for a long time.
Space Jesus. I mean, that dude looked exactly like Jesus.
I'm not gonna lie. He did look
I saw
like
him.
Jesus.
I'm like, Christ? Is that you?
Is that you, homie? Jesus with a lightsaber.
Dude, could you imagine? And we just follow Ezra being like, he just gathers like
disciples now.
Yeah. Ezra gathers like 12 younglings to use his apostles. He's like, this is how
we're
we
getting
fight.
into territory we should not get into.
What do you think I mean?
We don't. No, I'm saying like we don't need the Catholic Church hating us. If we keep going into this.
The Catholic Church should embrace Ezra being Jesus and make like, this is our boy. Be so
Anakin's
funny.
their Jesus.
Anakin.
Yeah. Anakin's not like their Jesus. They're like savior. He is the savior. Until they tried to say Rey was, which was stupid. The best was even John Boyega was like, no.
Yeah, John Boyega was like, I don't know.
Because they're like, who would win? Rey or Anakin? He's like, Anakin would wipe the floor.
Not even close.
Oh, Raiders said that the fights in the sequels were better than the fight in Ahsoka. The lightsaber battles.
Which one? The one between her and Anakin?
All of them in total. Yeah, well, that's the only.
Oh, yeah, I guess all of them total.
They're like, it's choreographed. I'm like, all lightsaber fights.
Yeah, they're all choreographed. I think you could say that because
in the sequels.
Oh, in the sequel? I thought you said prequels.
No, the prequels are the best fight scenes in Star Wars.
Yeah, I disagree.
I know how you feel.
I still like the original trilogy. Yeah. And I know it's all slow and clunky, and that's what I like about it.
Because they didn't have the technology.
Yeah, it's just dudes shoving, like, winging shit at each other. They don't understand.
You were about to say shove it.
I almost said winging sticks at each other, and I was like, that's not it. Yeah. I just like, because Luke's like, and Vader's like, fuck out of here, just swatting him away. It's like, stop, use the one hand.
Dude, Vader is a menace in this film.
It's so much fun.
Even though we don't get to really see him to his full extent. But, I mean, he's still one of the greatest. He is the greatest villain of all time.
Yeah.
But, man.
But then you get Return of the Jedi, Luke just... so good.
It is one of the best fight scenes.
Yeah,
that's probably my number 3 in Star Wars.
I don't know. I have no idea where I rank any of them.
We'll do an episode on that. We'll talk like Jedi fights.
All right.
We can probably even add it. We could do like including Clone Wars.
Yeah, that could be fun.
There's a lot that we could talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have nothing else. For episode
I don't
5.
think I have anything left on episode 5.
I think it's a 9.5 out of 10. 9 maybe. I think it's one of the strongest episodes of a Star. It is probably what I think is the strongest episode of a Star Wars show. Even though it is more focused on a character's emotional story, it doesn't follow the main plot.
Yeah,
but that's important because she needs to get to that point where she can be a Jedi Master.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Like, it was a very important episode, but the plot of the show as a whole took a backseat for Ahsoka's general plot in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. Good.
I'm good.
Cool.
Episode 6. Space Turtles, baby. You loved them. I was so happy.
This episode was titled Far, Far Away.
Yes.
And then, of course, Niang had to say, we're in a galaxy far, far away.
Well, you were talking to her that. I think he was telling Ahsoka a story.
No, she said, no, don't tell me a story.
But
and then he said, I will have a new story about traveling to a galaxy far, far away.
Is that what he said?
Something along
So one of us was talking and I missed the line, but I heard the far, far away and I was like, oh, that's nice.
I wasn't talking. Maybe I was. I went delusional during that movie. That episode. Yeah. I was losing my mind.
You yelled pterodactyl.
I had pterodactyl at one point. But yeah, no. You take the helm on this episode. I took the helm on 5.
This episode was good. It was a solid follow-up. How did it begin? What was the very beginning? I forget. How did it open? It didn't open.
It was open with them in the ship.
Did it?
Oh no.
It opened.
Yeah, no, it opened with them in the ship, and then that happens, and it goes Ahsoka,
Yeah.
And then it cuts to Baylan and them coming out of hyperspace.
Right.
And then they meet the sisters.
Yep. They meet the Night Sisters, which I was very happy to see.
They looked great.
They did look great.
Very excited.
Yeah. I was very excited because I thought the Morgan or whatever I think that's her name.
Morgan.
Yeah, whatever. I was waiting for her to walk up and them to be like, what happened to your makeup? Why do you look like that? Like,
I don't think it's makeup. I think that's their skin.
You think?
Yeah.
I always thought their skin was like the super white of it, but then the black they put on as makeup.
They're tattoos.
Yeah. Okay.
They don't go away. I think my tattoos.
I thought it was like dirt they put on.
No, it's tattoos.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
I was doing deep research and all that.
Gotcha.
Because I want to seem as knowledgeable as you about these people.
Yeah. No, I was super excited to see him. I wish it was green magic because that always looks really cool. Like the little orbs they use to trap Sabine. I thought it was if it was green, would it just
green would have looked a little bit
that
cool.
Little extra. It's a total nitpick, but whatever.
And green with witches means bad.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, baby.
Uh-huh. Damn it. You know where they got that?
Harry Potter.
Star Wars.
You know where Star Wars got all their ideas? Dune. This could go on forever.
Whatever.
I don't know why I even said that.
I don't know what the argument is.
Why? I don't know where yours came from.
I don't know. Oh, well, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Voldemort's lightsaber green. Not lightsaber. The laser he uses when he says Avada Kedavra, it's green, right?
Lightsaber.
Harry Potter's, his laser is red.
Yeah. When
the bad guy in the original Star Wars, original Star Wars.
New Hope?
Yes. The bad guys, what lasers do they shoot? What color?
I thought it was red.
It's green.
Really?
If you look at like Star Destroyers and TIE Fighters, yeah. And then the good guys, like X-Wings and stuff, green, yeah. Shoot red. Bad guy green.
Oh, maybe they did get that.
Good guy red. Come on, dude. I got this all day. Yeah, anyways, I thought the new planet looked really, really cool. There's not much to it. That's what I like about it. Like, very it's just a barren, desolate wasteland.
And Lord of the Rings, baby.
It did kind of look like Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it was nice. But I love when they get there and Balin's like explaining this is where the whales come to die. And it's just all bones, and I was like, "Damn!" The
planet has a ring around it.
Yeah, like Saturn, but
yeah,
the rings are just whale bones. You're like, "God,
it was
damn."
really cool."
Yeah, it was
I
really
did
cool.
like that, and it was a good detail to actually show it. Because
Yeah.
if they didn't show it, I would have thought they died on the planet.
That's what I thought as well.
Yeah.
I was waiting for us to like land and like maybe there'd be like a big pit of bones, but then they just
It was
flying
so much
through
cooler
'em.
being the ring.
Yeah, much cooler. But then we get, they say that they're waiting for Thrawn to arrive, and Sabine goes to jail. And then Sabine goes to jail again. Like, she's taken out of a cell just to go back into another one.
The solitary.
Yeah.
Then she uses the force. She attempts to use
She
the
tries
force.
to, which
And she's like, I'm getting strong.
that was a very good scene because for a second I was like, is she actually gonna get this door open? And she turned. She's like, oh no.
As soon as it started shaking, I was like, it's gonna be Thrawn,
Yeah.
isn't it?
See, when the dirt started falling, I was like, oh, maybe she's actually doing this. And then the shadow of the ship started coming through. It's like, no,
You
he's
always
here.
forget how big those things are.
Yeah, they're massive.
They
like
are.
the size of a city.
Yeah, that's
Crazy.
insane.
Like,
Can you imagine you're on the far end, like, yo, you have a meeting up in the front. You just gotta run.
Yeah. I saw a video the other day of like, could a single Star Destroyer take over the Earth? The answer is yes, definitely yes. But the guy was like, if it went to the United States, the United States could throw a nuke at it, and that would probably work. But I'm like, yeah, if it stayed above the planet where a nuke couldn't reach and just dropped lasers down, like there's nothing we
If
can
it
do.
comes down and we hit a nuke at it,
Yeah,
all that stuff needs to come down as well.
it's true.
The debris has to land somewhere.
Yeah, and then we can use it. Could you imagine like one comes and we just get like one TIE fighter? We're like, holy shit,
We have a die.
we have a TIE fighter. It'd be so much fun. What else?
Maybe the aliens are like Jedi. So they're at like Area 51. Man, they just had lightsabers.
The little turtle guys?
No, not the stupid
Oh, I thought you
turtle.
were talking about the little
I said
turtle
Area
guys.
51.
You said aliens, and I thought you meant the little aliens in the show.
No, the stupid space turtles.
You meant aliens like on the real ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd
Do you
be cool.
believe there's stuff in Area 51?
Yes, the government came out and said that they have alien bodies.
Yeah, but what do you think is in it? Do you think it's just alien bodies? Do you think we have like a spaceship, or
They
we
said
have
the
like
ship's intact that can work and stuff.
yeah?
Yeah.
You know what we should do? We should set a date.
You always know that the government tells us 100%.
Yeah, they tell us everything. We should set a date. We should make a Facebook post and say like we should meet at unspecified place in Nevada on X day. We should do that. It'd be fun.
It ended up being like 100 people, and
Yeah,
they're just like dancing.
It's so fun. People were like Naruto running past news cameras. That was the best day ever. It was so funny.
I really thought for a little bit, I was like, can you imagine if people actually tried to storm it?
Yeah. Remember they tried to do that like music festival there?
Oh yeah.
Somebody set up a legit music festival and nobody went.
I wouldn't show up.
It's so funny.
Man, they tried to do it and like some lasers started just picking off the people trying to run through the
That'd be
gate.
great. That's how we found out. Like just
they used it on
the
their own
best
people.
ones were like soldiers taking like screenshots of the briefing they're getting. It's like, this is Naruto running. They think it makes them faster. It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It's so good. Oh God, that was a great day in American history.
It was.
Fantastic day.
That needs to be talked about more.
Yeah, that'll get taught. It won't be in a positive light, but it'll be like, this is what happens when morons get unlimited access to the internet. They can talk to every other moron in the world. This is what happens.
They come to the U.S. to the area.
This is what happens when a string of morons gets together and goes, guys, you know, it'd be funny if we rushed a base with
the
guns.
Most top secret base in the country.
Yeah. You know the place where they like tested
top
nukes?
Secret. There's more.
Yeah.
The Trinity Project? Manhattan?
I was gonna say, you know the place that like tested nukes and like nobody could find out about it? Yeah. The brother place of that, that's where we're gonna go. We're gonna take it over.
So is it like a base still?
No, I was just making stuff up.
Oh.
Let's talk about Ahsoka. Pretty good episode. Pretty good episode. I liked it a lot. I thought it was on par with 4, probably, from my memory of 4. I haven't watched it in 2 weeks, but from what I remember. Yeah. Both very good episodes. I was very happy with it. Thrawn's introduction was great. I mean, he's put on a few pounds. Can't blame him though.
And stuck on this planet.
Yeah, he's got nothing better to do.
They can't just go run out there. There's a bunch of scary people out there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of raiders. Yeah. But yeah, that intro with the Star Destroyer just flying over, it was awesome.
And then seeing him walk past all the stormtroopers.
Yeah,
that's cool.
seeing the guy with the gold face. Yeah. They were all chanting Thrawn.
Is that what they're saying?
It sounded like it,
Yeah, I
which
can
it
understand.
kind of sounded goofy, just chanting Thrawn. Thrawn. It was kind of funny, but
And then we met his general.
right-hand man. I like it. I thought the gold face looked cool. I don't mind that at all.
If you went into battle and you were aiming at shooting people, isn't the guy with the big gold front of his mask going to be a main target of everything?
I don't know.
You wouldn't aim at that guy first.
Maybe he's blending. What if you're fighting on a gold planet and then you're blending in? What are you gonna do then?
What about the rest of them that's white?
I don't fucking know, man.
Exactly.
Well, what else? Say like the dude just broke his helmet fighting. Like, what else is he gonna make it out of? You're just gonna get a bunch of rock and make a fucking.
You don't think there's a bunch of other dead ones? You could just take their helmet.
Where's the respect in that? You got to make your own. He forged his own helmet out of gold.
No one cares.
They're Thrawn stormtroopers. They take pride in what they do.
You think every one of them want to be there? You think they've want to be deserted on this planet?
I didn't say want to be there, but they're there and they're gonna fucking deal with it. They're like, all right, we're here. I guess we got to make gold armor now. I mean, a bunch of other ones had like gold.
I think there's. I'm gonna assume it ends up having to do with like it was from the battle. Like they need more armor. This planet has like a huge amount of like gold or whatever. It ends up
probably. I mean, you can think of any explanation. I'm sure we're never gonna get one. It was
just a normal stormtrooper mask though with gold in the front. I don't know why it had to be a gladiator mask.
See, I don't mind it. I don't have a problem with it. I don't know.
No, it's come down to everyone's opinion.
Yeah. That's just you. I think it looked kind of cool. But whatever you want to think. Yeah.
Don't like my opinion.
Let's see what else. Ahsoka's kind of just I thought she was gonna get there this episode, and then it ends and I was like, oh, okay. But yeah. What else?
Space turtles.
Yeah, space turtles.
The Raiders from the actor.
Yeah, that was a good little fight scene.
That was cool. It
was good.
Short, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, short and sweet. She's getting her ass kicked.
Pulls out the lightsaber, just
yeah. I do like that because it makes sense. Them being in a different galaxy, they've probably never seen a Jedi before, so they're trying to strike the lightsaber.
That's what I was wondering. Getting their stuff cut in half. They have never met one before.
I mean, unless they saw Ezra, but it's a different galaxy. Unless we find out
in other galaxies,
it could be.
That would be really cool though to get to like. Dude, can you imagine that's where like Raven is and all that? Like it's in a different world.
Maybe. I don't know. Be interesting.
Doing a wormhole, Anakin didn't go bad.
That you're getting crazy, but okay. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to think. I
want to see that. I want to see a what if series of Star Wars.
See, that's the fun of Star Wars. It's such a big world, and now it's an even bigger world now that we have a new galaxy.
Yeah.
So like you can really just think of anything you want, including little green space turtles. It's great. I know you love them so much.
I hate creatures.
I know, but
in Star Wars,
yeah.
Star Wars.
Well, that's like the fun part of Star Wars. You can just go, you can find a new planet.
There's cool ones and there's stupid ones.
I didn't think they were stupid.
Space turtles are dumb.
They didn't do anything stupid.
I don't know.
Are you saying like hermit crabs are dumb?
No, I like hermit crabs.
Then why do you hate the space turtles?
They're walking.
It's the same concept.
Talking, making noise.
It's the same. So you just like things when they're silent.
Yes.
You just like pets.
Yeah.
Any sort of like.
No, because I like a lot of the creatures in Star Wars. I don't know. The ones that have shown up in the shows and the sequels, I don't like as much.
Like, I think you don't like the little ones that are just there, like cute ones. You like the ones that can like fight.
Yeah, or the like people, like the alien like people ones. I like them.
Okay,
they're fine. They're cool. Kit Fisto is one of my favorite Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Plo Koon.
Yeah.
Goat.
See, I don't mind it because I think it's cool getting those different things and like.
No, I'm picky.
So. I know you're just extremely.
I have my thing. If I don't like it, I don't like it. If I like it, I like it.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
No, I don't mind it at all. I never mind the new creature coming in. Even the porgs or whatever in Last Jedi. I don't mind them.
They're the worst.
It doesn't bother me. They don't do anything. They just get killed and Chewbacca eats one.
You know what I do like? Oh, no, I like the porgs. I hate the thing he milks. The seals.
That was kind of goofy. When it smiles at him, I was like, whatever. But I don't
mind the porgs are cool. I like
the porgs. Because the whole thing is that they had puffins or whatever on the island. They were like, we can't just keep this earth animal, so just change them. And that's it. I don't mind porgs. I think Disney making every fucking stuffed animal a porg after that, yeah, obviously they just went for the cash grab. But Star Wars has always been about making toys. That's how George Lucas made all of his money.
You know who I do like, creature?
What?
Babu Frick, baby.
Babu Frick is funny.
I like their creatures.
And then you got that little clan of them in Mandalorian.
And Mando. I was so excited to see them.
See, I thought Babu Frick would be someone that like everybody hated. The little one with the high pitched voice, just screaming.
Yeah, Babu.
Yeah, I know.
Babu the goat.
I like Babu.
Babu is the
But
best part of Rise of Skywalker.
as a concept, a very tiny creature who's a mechanic but can't really do anything because he's so goddamn tiny
But
and has the highest pitched voice. On paper, that is the most awful character ever, but they made him fun.
Yeah,
They made him
just a small Jar Jar kind of.
Yeah. Less annoying because he can't talk.
He does talk. He talks like he's drunk.
He does talk like he's drunk. Jar Jar just talks like he's racist.
No, me and Nikki cheered when we saw him in Rise of Skywalker.
Really?
We'd never met him before, but then we went and saw it again, and we just cheered.
Yeah. I do remember you texting me when Rise of Skywalker come out. You're like, dude, it's like the best Star Wars movie ever.
And then I saw it.
And I thought the same thing. When I first saw it, it was my number 3, and then I saw it again, and I was like, yeah.
And I saw it again. I was like, okay,
because that ending is fucking sick. You watch it and you're just like monkey brain takes over. You're like, this is so cool. And then you watch it and think about it. You're like, what the fuck?
And then you think about them kissing. You're like,
yeah, you're like,
that's so against everything we've been learning.
Oh no! The second I saw that, I was like, God,
I didn't like
damn
that. I always felt like her and Finn should have been together. Like they're just always
from the beginning, yeah. Or Finn and Poe Dameron.
Yeah, I like that.
I never had a problem with that.
Romance.
But Disney was like, you can't have gays in Star Wars. Like whatever.
Bob Iger.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Bob Iger.
Fuck you, Bob Iger. Just wanted to know. I fucking despise you. What was I gonna say about Rise of Skywalker? I was gonna add something. Yeah, I just remember every time I saw, I was like, "This is not good." I was like, "It's just fan service for 2.5 hours."
Yeah, it's not good.
It is cool hearing Hayden in it though.
Mm-hmm. And Ahsoka,
because that shot is cool.
Yeah, when all the Jedi are talking to her. Yeah,
but then there's just those random people singing.
Oh yeah, all like people chanting
because they're singing the Duel of the Fates instead.
Yeah, they tried to do something. They bit off more than they can chew. I think Exegol could have been a cool thing of like a Sith planet that has been so secretive and so in the Sith thing for so long. Everybody else forgot about it, and it's just these Sith fucking cult members surrounding it and building Palpatine's power. Or it should have been someone else besides Palpatine. Yeah, but it was such
Snoke. I like Snoke.
Exegol and Snoke could have been such cool things, but they just said like, nah. Don't take your time to explain it in a trilogy. Dump it in the last movie. It's so. If they made it a trilogy,
Rian Johnson did the middle one.
Yes,
broke up a trilogy.
Yeah, and you know, everybody knows my opinions on Rian Johnson and Last Jedi. It's still
Last Jedi is not a bad Star Wars movie. It just doesn't fit the rest of the other two of that trilogy.
Yes,
which make it bad.
Yes.
Because it's not a bad movie.
But see, my opinion,
concept.
Yeah. See, my opinion in that is the opposite of. I think Last Jedi is a better movie than both Rise of Skywalker and Force Awakens. So, I wish the other two would have changed around that. And I know that's not the right thing to say because it was the second one, and you can't change the first one.
Because Force Awakens is a very good Star Wars.
Force Awakens is a solid.
It is New Hope, which is a bigger place.
Yeah.
But seeing Han Solo, baby, come on now.
Yeah. But yeah. Just make a plan. If you're gonna make a trilogy, make a goddamn plan.
Let's not.
You can pick 3 different directors, but make sure you sit them in a room beforehand and say, "This is the plan."
I don't like when they do that.
3 different directors.
I like one director doing it.
You don't like the original trilogy.
I know, but that is magic in a bottle.
That is magic.
Lightning in a bottle, not magic in a bottle.
Yeah, same shit.
No, that is just utter luck that worked as well as it did.
Yeah,
it doesn't work most of the time because there's always like a little tone difference. Zack Snyder's Justice League to Justice League.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah, but then you look like the prequels and then you see George Lucas directed all 3 of them. And all 3 of them have a straight plot, but that plot just isn't great.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. At least they all kind of at least feel in the same
Yeah,
tone.
Totally. No, I'm totally saying that. Yeah. I just think, you need
story's not
a good director. But I have no problem with 3 different directors having 3 different styles in a distinct brought together project. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you got to look at it. If you're making a trilogy, you're making a trilogy. It's not 3 separate projects. It's one big project with 3 separate parts.
It's one story taught over 3 eras.
Yeah. And I think that's where they messed up, is just saying like, okay, we're going to go JJ's movie and then Ryan's movie and then back to JJ, please save us.
Yeah, because wasn't it supposed to be JJ, Ryan?
I think so.
Well, originally it was JJ.
Yeah.
It was JJ, Ryan, and JJ, Ryan.
Yeah.
someone else, and then it was eventually JJ went back.
Yeah. Yeah, I forget who was originally directing it, but then he dropped out. Rise of Skywalker.
Ryan Johnson got great shots in those movies. I'll say
He
that.
did.
There's just little like I don't like the Force Ghost stuff. I don't like that he shows up in like his clothes and stuff. I don't know. Weird things like that.
See,
and
I do like it, but
and the
whatever.
casino.
This is about Ahsoka.
Fuck the casino.
I don't like Canto Bight, but
It's one of the worst scenes in Star Wars ever.
I don't hate it as much as most people do, but I still am not a fan of it.
What's the point of that scene?
The point of it was to show to Finn that war was bad. But the problem with it is that that's the lesson he learned in the last movie. He's the one you don't need to teach that. If it was Poe who needed to learn war was bad, because in the very beginning of the movie, he's the asshole rushing into things, getting people killed. He's the guy that needs to learn war was bad. He should have gone with Rose to Canto Bight, but instead they made it Finn for no reason, even though he already learned that lesson. And it was just useless.
Yeah, his first scene is him realizing that in Force Awakens.
Yeah.
When his blood all over him.
The child soldier needed to learn that war was bad. It's really, really smart. But, yeah, I don't know. Just dumb shit. Anyways, Ahsoka. Yeah, another good episode. I mean, I thought all the stuff with Thrawn was really, really good. I forget the guy. Was it Lars something?
Lars Mikkelsen.
Yeah, very good as Thrawn. He's immediately...
You voiced him, didn't
Yeah, he did. He immediately takes over the screen, and he's like, you're like, this guy's in charge.
he? Captivating.
Yeah, the way he speaks is just so commanding to everyone around him. Even Sabine is like, okay, I guess I'll listen to you. Fine. And then, yeah, she goes off to find Ezra. We get the turtles. You hated.
They're fine.
I didn't mind them. I thought the scene went on for a little bit too long, where she's like telling the dog thing to sit. Like, it just went on for a little bit too long. It was a little too cutesy. But like, I didn't mind it.
I like the tone of the last.
Mm-hmm.
Give me dark Star Wars material.
Yeah, but if you want to make it lighter, like, it makes sense. From what I know, my limited knowledge of Rebels is that Ezra always had like a very good connection with animals and creatures, you know? So I think Sabine, knowing that, she was probably like, oh, these guys, if I can communicate with these guys, these guys would have a better chance of knowing where Ezra is than if I kept looking for him, just wandering.
Yeah.
So she follows the guy back, finds Ezra.
Looks great.
It was a good reveal.
It was a nice scene. It was heartfelt.
Yeah, it was good.
And then he's like, I can't wait to go home. You're like,
yikes.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you think is going to happen next?
Ahsoka's going to get there.
Yeah.
She's not going to be able to stop Thrawn.
You think Thrawn's getting back to the galaxy?
Thrawn's getting to the other galaxy. They're going to get back eventually. They'll get back, and then they'll have, like...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think she'll get there and pick up.
No, she'll get Sabine and Ezra.
I think she'll get them before she goes to confront Thrawn and Baylan and stuff, yeah. I feel like she'll get there. She might get there and have, like, a little, like, skirmish before, and then she'll, like, back off and go get them. I feel like she'll get them, and then Baylan and Shin are, like, getting to Ezra and Sabine at the same time, and they have a little fight, and then maybe one of them turns good. Because we see Shin in this episode, she's kind of like...
I don't want her to turn good. I want her to stay, like, evil.
Back. Well, yeah, but the thing is, they're not Sith. They have orange lightsabers.
They're not red?
No. At least I remember seeing they're orange. And you can see Baylan in this episode say, like, he doesn't say... She tells him, she asks him if he misses the Jedi, and he says, he's honest, and he says, I miss the idea of it, but not the truth of it. And he says, I'm not teaching you to be a Jedi, I'm teaching you to be more than that. He's not teaching her to be a Sith, he's teaching her to be someone who can wield the Force and do their own thing, not pick either side. He's not a gray Jedi.
The rule.
Yeah, he's not following the rules. So in that sense, he's like...
kind of more like Grievous.
I don't know.
Grievous isn't a Sith.
Yeah.
Grievous is just a...
Yeah, like, Baylan isn't a Sith. He's kind of like Dooku. At least my understanding. Yeah, he's a fallen Jedi. He turned not to the dark side, but just to his own thing. And right now, his own thing is just happening to be against the Jedi.
Yeah.
So he's against, not even the Jedi, but a Jedi right now. And that leads him more towards the dark side, but he's not a Sith yet. I'm fairly sure it's an orange lightsaber. Because I remember during the trailers, everybody was like, oh, it's orange.
Like,
yeah.
Like orangey.
But it does look very red in the show.
In the show, though.
Yeah.
But I wonder if Ezra and Sabine will fight Shin. And then Ahsoka will fight Baylan. and finally beat Balin.
Yeah. All right. So her lightsaber has an orange-red blade. So that's why
Okay.
it's not totally red.
It's red.
There's some orange in there. Yeah. And I think it's for both of them, if I'm not mistaken,
wouldn't
because
that
they're
mean
both like.
That's the
'cause-
crystal for anger.
Yeah. Orange was the crystal. I could be mistaken.
Orange isn't bad.
Yeah. Orange is like you never want to fight, but when you do fight, you're more basically a Sith. Basically.
Red is that you're just angry.
Yeah. Red is you're just a Sith. So.
It's purple.
Mm-hmm.
That's half and half.
Yeah.
You will use the power of the dark side, but you're a Jedi.
Yeah.
Mace
But
Windu, baby.
like I was saying, I think Shin might turn to help.
Or she has
Ahsoka
to
and
fight
Sabine.
Balin.
Maybe, yeah. But
Like Balin is
yeah.
like, this isn't our fight, and then she's like, I want to kill them.
Yeah,
I
feel
hope
like
that's what comes. I hope Shin stays bad.
Yeah, I feel like one of them will end up attacking Thrawn with them.
Balin.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. But I think we have a lot of good stuff in store. I think.
So what we got? 7 and 8 now?
Yeah.
That'll be it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we got some good stuff in store. Obviously, the characters we know and the new characters that have been introduced in the show and Mandalorian, everybody's been great. So I'm excited to see what happens next. And I just can't wait for the show to end. Because I want to be able to look at this as an entire show and not episode by episode. Because that's always annoying to me, is being like, this episode was so great. Like, yeah, there's great episodes of dog shit shows. So I need to see how the show goes as a whole before I really say how much I like it. Yeah. That's always my philosophy on watching
shows. There's the difference between, that episode was amazing to the show's amazing.
Yeah.
That's why I kept saying episode 5 of Ahsoka is one of the best episodes.
Yeah. Episode 5 could stay an incredible episode, but the show could
still
plummet
tail
and
off
be dog shit.
last 2 episodes.
Absolutely.
Is that it? Is that all you got?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Fair. That's all I got. I'm excited for episode 7 and 8. I'm excited to see how the show finishes. I hope it can hold the pace and quality it has since episode 4.
Yeah.
Because if it does, I think it will be a very good season of television and a very good Star Wars series. So we'll see where the rest of this new galaxy takes everyone. And before we get going, Ryan, what is your recommendation of the week?
Solo, a Star Wars story. It's underrated. It's very underrated.
I like Solo.
Watch it with the lights off and the brightness up because it's very dark.
Is it?
Yeah. You don't remember that?
No, but I know my voice just cracked when I say, is it?
You did. But, the lighting in Solo is terrible. It's like every scene is dark.
Really?
Yeah, you can like barely see
watch
anything.
that again.
Yeah.
I probably haven't seen it since I saw it in theaters.
Yeah. But it's a very good movie. Very underrated. It's just,
I like Solo.
Yeah, so do I. Very sad that it bombed because I was really enjoying the kind of like side stories. And I was hoping they would go away from the main story.
Like side questing it?
Yeah.
I'll kind of stick in the same vein of like Star Wars kind of. And I'll pick a movie that really helped make Star Wars, and that is Seven Samurai. It's an incredible foreign film. And I just want to make sure I wasn't being wrong. But it is one of the best foreign films I've ever seen. It's one of the best movies ever. And it has some of the best fight scenes. The cinematography. It's a really, really good movie. So make sure you go check it out. It gave George Lucas a lot of ideas of how he wanted to film fight sequences, how they would do them, and just all that kind of stuff. So yeah, watch Seven Samurai and watch Solo. Yeah. Well, besides that, I have nothing else to add. Do you have anything you want to add?
No, good.
Well, make sure to continue listening to the show. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, anywhere else you find podcasts, Instagram, TikTok. Mine is Time_Cresta. Ryan's is Ferran_12. The show's is the_popcorn_podcast. And then TikTok, we are the popcorn_pod. And yeah, continue to review our show and listen to us because it's a banger of a show. There's no better podcast in the world. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And the next thing we are going to be talking about is the new horror movie that's taking the world by storm. It Lives Inside.